Hello, and today I'm going to show you how you can use our free plugin, Gravity 2 PDF, to use Gravity Forms to populate forms made with Acrobat. So we can make form field PDF documents. So I created a sample here to show us sort of the idea of what we can do, and this is just a sample that shows the different field types that we can create. Now, obviously, you can create significantly more complex forms, and I'll show you an example here. We'll like this example, this lease agreement here I have. This has many different fields, and this might be a sample of a document that you may want to collect from your website and fill in using a Gravity form, and then have this sent to an email address or something. So for the sample here, we're going to just show you a simpler form just to show you how the plugin works and how you can actually collect data, and then I'll make some more videos showing more complicated forms and how you can create a complicated documentation workflow process using Gravity 2 PDF. So in the sample form, we have our fields here already created, and the next step we need to do is create a Gravity form to collect our results. So we're going to call this field types, mainly because that's what we named our form. And what we need to do is create a Gravity form field for each of the PDF fields that we want to collect information for. So we're going to start with a text box. We're going to call it text box because that's what it's called on our Gravity form. The next one we have is a paragraph box. We're going to call that paragraph. Our next one here down the list is our date field. So we're going to take our advanced field and we're going to do a date field. It's already named for us. After our date field, we're going to do email. Collect an email address. Next on our list, we have a radio group, and we want to include two choices for our radio options. So we have some radio buttons here, and this by default it gives us three options. We didn't put a third option on our PDF form, so we're just going to remove that from the option. And then we have a drop down field as our next field here, so we're going to do a drop down. Now the drop down, we can have as many options on the form as we want, because in the PDF it is a single area. So I mean, you don't have to define that on the PDF, and we could make as many options as we want. Let's call this so we can add as many as we want. We want to make sure we name this, so we'll call this check. This is a drop down, and then lastly, we want to do some checkboxes, and we have three checkboxes on our form, so we want to include three checkbox options on our Gravity form. So we'll do some checkboxes here, and this is going to be a checkbox group. So we got our option 1, option 2, and option 3. So we'll call this a checkbox. Okay, let's save our form. We'll see. Oh, I forgot to name our radio option, so let's name that radio button. And we're just going to update our form. Now in our paid version, we have the ability to automatically create a Gravity form from a PDF document. So this would be done completely automatically, but I'm just covering mainly the free version here. So in the plugin, we're going to go to a new merge, and We're just going to call this field types again to keep this all consistent. And our first step is to actually upload the PDF document. So here's our sample PDF, and what the plugin does is it reads the fields from the PDF document, and then you need to select the form that you want to map the fields to. And like I said, in our paid version we have some automatic mapping features, but in the free version we can do this all by hand. And so for simple forms and small forms, this is not too bad at all. And what we're going to do is we're going to select the gravity form field value that we want to fill in the PDF form field value. So we're going to select the text and the paragraph. And what happens is the entry from the gravity form, that value is put on the field in the PDF form. Now this can be used for all sorts of things, agreements, leases, patient intake forms for medicine, medical offices. This could be used for tax documents if you're an accountant firm, all sorts of options. So what we want to do is map each one of our values. So we have our radio buttons, and those are mapped radio button first choice, and on our PDF form radio button choice number 1. So we want to make sure we map all of our choices so that when a user fills in the gravity form, it will populate the answers correctly on our PDF document. Now this is where it's sort of important to name your fields cleanly on your PDF document so you can come back and find them. Otherwise you could have some difficulty sort of mapping and you could have some issues. But this is all about naming these cleanly and consistently so that you have an easy form. Okay, so we are done creating our mapping. Those are all the fields for this document. And the next step we have to do is select a delivery method. So we have two options in the free version. We can either deliver this via email or we could do a direct download. So what a direct download means is when a user submits the gravity form, he's immediately prompted to download the PDF document that we created. What I'm going to do is do an email delivery, and what we have is an option. So we can actually select a field from our form, and we're going to select the email field, or we could do other and we could type in our own value. So we're going to select the email field because we're collecting an email address in our gravity form, and that's going to email the user the document. While we're at it, we're going to do an additional type, and we're going to say we want a direct download because the plugin supports being able to do multiple downloads or multiple delivery types. This is important for the paid version, as you can do Dropbox delivery, Google Drive delivery, Microsoft OneDrive delivery, or FTP delivery. So this allows a WordPress admin to create highly automated documentation. You could create a document PDF form to fill in all sorts of intake forms, tax documents, lease agreements, and then deliver them to your enterprise destination. For example, you could use an SSL certificate is required for OneDrive, but you could potentially save documents to Microsoft SharePoint using that method. So we're going to save our delivery here, and our merge is complete. The next step we need to do is we need to actually put our form somewhere. So we're going to add a new page. I'm going to open that in a new tab here. And we're just going to call this field types. Keep it all consistent here. And we'll add a form. Field types, we'll enable Ajax, and we're just going to publish this form on our WordPress page. So what we're going to do here is actually just open this page up and take a look at what we got. So this is our field type form, and we're gonna just we're gonna fill in our form and see what happens here. And I have not tried this. I'm just going through one at a time here, so we'll see exactly what happens. So I can type in any value, and that should populate. Let's see. Let's go get some paragraph text. We should be able to fill in anything we want in our PDF document. Let's just pick any date here at random. We're going to do gravity to PDF. And we will check and see here. We'll pick choice 2, we're going to pick choice 3, we'll pick choice 1 and 2. And then we're going to hit submit and see what happens here. So Chrome has blocked this, but we're going to allow and hit done. And we want to view our PDF here. And look at that. We have our completed in, filled in PDF that we created, and this could be customized any way you want and collect any amount of data you want using Gravity Forms and Gravity to PDF to fill in your PDFs. So lastly, we're just going to hit Gmail and show you that our okay, we're over at our inbox and we've received, this is just our test instance. We received our PDF as an email attachment, so it takes a second or two to get that over, and our here's our instant download, and this is how you can use WordPress and our plugin Gravity to PDF to use a Gravity form to automatically populate and fill in any of your PDFs.